I'm going live. I'm live now on the YouTube, on the old YouTube. High Response Marketing live stream. I'm actually right on time. I'm actually slightly early. I got Les Mark here. He was the early bird. It's good seeing you, Les, and it's good seeing you, Earl, all the way in California. Sunny California. It's good to see the CTC Manu is here as well. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Lloyd Torres, it's good to see you. Thank you. Everyone is doing good. Jay is out with a headache today. She got that migraine, but she's working remote. Bill Stanley's here. Great to see you, Bill. Got a good topic today. I'll put it up on the thing. You might have gotten my email. I just sent it. It may be popping up in your inbox now because I just sent it. But we're going to talk about why EDDM and postcards in general hit different. What makes them so different? What's that? There's something magical about them. There's a lot of magical things about them. You know, I love my postcards. I love my postcards. But there's things that you may not be thinking of, whether you're a business owner, so you own a local business, small business, or you're a marketer trying to help businesses. So this applies to both of you, because if you fully understand, and maybe there's a few things that you didn't even think of, guarantee there's some of these things we're going to go over you never thought of. Even if you're just helping other businesses or maybe a friend with their business, you'll be able to explain these things better, which will lead to more sales and more businesses getting results. And it's just good. It's just good. I love my postcards. I love postcards. I love them. Feel free to weigh in too as we talk here. Oh, Sarah made it. I wasn't sure if you were going to make it, Sarah. Oh, Bruce Roquette is here. I'm so happy. Just waiting for my man, John Hayes from Ireland. Where is he? And where's Samson? Where's my number one fan, Samson? Greg Batchelor's here. It's great to see you. And Sapphira Vidler all the way from Canada. The stream is reaching across the globe. Remember my podcast intro? And remember that? It was the best intro. That's the best intro. I tried to get the guy to do it again, and he died. He passed away. I was so upset. Sapphira is so happy to be here. TK is here. It's good to see you, TK. But yeah, we're going to talk about, I'm just going to wait a couple minutes here. We're going to talk about all the different things that just make postcards in general so special. It's like a mysterious thing. And for most business owners, direct mail in general is just a very mysterious thing. Like you hear about, maybe you've written it off, you've dismissed it over the years. And then you start hearing about it again. You're like, oh, maybe I'll think about this. Maybe there is something to it. When I started doing direct mail, which may be not that, 2011, I started doing it, which may be for some of you guys, you may have been doing it much longer than that. But when I started 10 years ago, it was the height of the digital, like SEO websites, a mobile website, like digital was everything. Like this was a newer thing. It was easy. You could keyword stuff. Like everything was digital. So I actually had a harder time then selling direct mail than I do today, where people have now gotten past the whole allure of the shiny object of digital marketing is less shiny, and direct mail postcards are actually a lot easier to sell than they were at the height of the digital marketing age. Oh, from Connecticut. Cassandra. Moye. I love that name. Moye. I love when it has the accents on it. You didn't miss out because I give it a couple minutes for everyone to jump on board because of I send the email out last minute. Oh, it's good to see Brian and Carol Duvall. It's great to see you guys over in Walla Walla, Washington. Am I right? You're over there. My favorite names that can never fail to make me laugh are Walla Walla, Washington, and Rancho Cucamonga, California. That is one of the funniest ones. Rancho Cucamonga and Walla Walla, Washington. You imagine if you lived at both places. Digital is extremely saturated. I would like to start this off from the other side of the wall. That's my next door neighbors. Well, Chelsea Neener. If we got any comment, I don't know. I don't have your audience over here. I don't think so. Maybe it's a bunch of closet anime. The guys, did any of you guys watch anime or freaking Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons? You guys ever do that? They're the pros. They're the pros. The wizard. What is it? The wizard. The wizard got to be the wizard. Or you can't be the wizard. Can't be the wizard. 34-year Bruce is a pro. 34 years, been to a direct mail 1,000 more times. Competition today. The golden age of direct mail. It becomes hard. You got to be smarter. We're going to get right into this in a second. Curtis, my man Curtis, the political master. Wait till Curtis drops his political course, and I combine it with the information I know too. Is going to be unstoppable. Curtis is the political marketing monster. SDSMB marketing. Good to see you. Not the paint. So you love anime. Okay, great. Where's that freaking... Wait, do I have it here? I probably don't have it. Okay. One thing I would like to say. Well, I don't even know how to word it. I'm just going to say it. I talk a lot about targeted mail. I talk about EDDM, postcard marketing, as a postcard mail. It's very easy, especially if you're a marketer. I'm going to give you this advice too as a marketer. If you're helping businesses sell direct mail, you don't have to like pitch it or present it as just stop doing everything else. Digital sucks. Digital ads, SEO sucks. It's the worst. Postcards are so much better, because all of these things matter. A good marketing strategy is a well-rounded approach. It's like one thing is filling the holes of the other. They're all working in conjunction. When you a business that has all of these things working for them is the results are astronomical. But it's not one thing. It's not a binary thing. Like either I'm going to go all in direct mail or they all work together. So even though sometimes I knock SEO and digital marketing and stuff because I love direct mail so much, those are also fine too. They're fantastic uses as well. So really, there's room for everything. It's not well, you shouldn't be doing SEO and you should be doing direct mail because it's so much better. There's room for both. They both have their strengths and advantages. But we're going to talk about why EDDM just hits different. What's different about it? And I get a whole bunch, but we're going to get into it. Number one, I'll just copy and paste this over. I didn't make fancy presentation this time. Where's my... Oh, I just seen Dorn Brenton is here too, which is nice. I haven't seen him in a while. Number one, less crowded space, right? That's a big... Oh, Jim Juris is here. It's great. Phil Ling, and we got... Wait, it was Cassandra, right? Did I get that? Yeah, Cassandra with one S. I love that. I stumbled across research trying to send the direct mail for nonprofits. I have a video lined up on that too. Nonprofit was really nice. You get a postage rate of only about 9 cents. So hit me up, jake@highresponsemarketing.com if you need any insight into that, because for nonprofits, EDDM is unbelievable, fantastic. Not able to comment from YouTube today. That's strange. Well, that's weird, but I see your comment. So I don't know, maybe you've got it fixed. And it's great to see you, Ed. You've been super pro direct response marketer. Great to see you, Dorn. It's great to see you, tie-dye digital. 45 years, guys, put me to shame here. Good. And I'm glad to hear all your sound advice too. Rob, it's great to see you, Rob. Rob, by the way, I keep meaning to email you. Did you get... I put you in touch with Mary Kunka, a realtor. Did you get that? I just want to make sure. Good to see you, Scott. It's great to see Scott. What a bunch of pro marketers in here, including anime lovers, not the paint store. I couldn't tell you nothing about anime, but my neighbors over there, they're on the stream too. They love anime. They love it. Less crowded space. That's just a huge... the mailbox is not that crowded. It's really not. It's not a crowded space. And even if there's mail that's coming in, you can stand out. You want to talk crowded spaces, go on your Facebook feed, right? You go on Facebook, you're scrolling, you see these freaking ads. We're so used to it. We just scroll past. We just scroll past and scroll past. And that's fine. Email you throw out too, but you see the visual amount of exposure is better. It's just a better spot to get someone's attention. So there's less space. You're not going to be seeing other competitors. You open your mailbox, you will see some stuff from local businesses, but not that much. And chances are, if you're a lawn care place, like, you're not going to be fighting with other lawn care places, where you will be in every other channel. In SEO, you're going to be facing a Google Maps result. You Google, you are up against all these competitors. Big competitors are throwing tons of money, and even smaller ones. It's a very, very crowded space, extremely crowded space. You do a mail pack mailer, you're in there with 100 other lawn care places or HVAC. You can't really stand out. The mailbox is very small space. It's super non-crowded. You want to stick out, you can do that. Oh, you're on the face. Oh, I'm sorry. It says the F. Yeah. Everybody, I got other YouTube. I don't YouTube. Don't. It's weird. What'd you do, Ed? You get in trouble from the YouTube. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. I keep meaning to ask you, and I didn't. It's fine. Oh, I didn't know that was you, Ed. I thought that was a different Ed. That's good to know. So it's a nice, less crowded space. It's not a crowded space, which we need when we're doing marketing. These are all points. You guys that are marketers, write these down, because you can bring these up. You bring these up to the business owner. It's like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. Not that really that crowded space. How many other veterinarians you seeing in the mailbox? You're still not seeing any. You just apply to whatever business you're working with. I'm just trying to find the where I make these banners. I have so many of them. Here's another one. It's physical. They're tangible. There's this whole other element to it. Tangibility. It's texture. You have textures from glossy to matte. A postcard can look wildly different with a glossy finish and a matte finish. And then there's different types of matte finishes: suede and velvet, silk, regular matte coating, uncoated. So you can present if you're a nature store, health, beauty, natural goods, you might want to use an uncoated stock that looks like a recycled paper stock or craft paper. Like, you can, there's this textural physical element that you can't get digitally. You can't get anywhere else. It's just and it fits in with your brand. Are you the nice, polished, shiny, glossy type brand? Or are you the minimalistic, matte? It ties in with the brand, and you have thickness of paper, something thin, something thick, and they all have their benefits. One of the most responsive mailers I have right now is the thinnest paper you can imagine. It's crazy. It's getting an insane response. All the way up to very thick mailings and super thick. I don't even want to throw this away. Almost like plastic type mailings. You have this whole other element that you get to play with, a physical texture, and size. You have different sizes and shapes. It's so enjoyable. You don't get that with digital. You don't get that with other kinds of marketing. So it has this textural just appeal to it that you don't get. I love it. Pop quiz at the end of a video. We could do a pop quiz. I'm always up for pop quizzes. I actually always meant to. I've learned to actually. I make all my courses, and there's so many testing features. I need to make like a course, a lesson course where you take a test again. You're a pro marketer. You're a pro direct marketer at the end. Just like a college. And I got to start charging the college. I have to give out the student loans. Stupidest reason I find this in the yellow pages. I'll agree with you there. That's stupid. I did yellow pages. The LPAC lost a lot. Oh, interesting. I did not know this. I'm surprised I didn't know this. Very interesting. Wow. TK said shelf life. Very good. We're going to bring that up too. Shelf life is 100% shelf life. It has a shelf life. I don't know any other digital, you're a Facebook ad, Google it. No one screenshots it like some people do, but you don't screenshot. So I'm going to save this one for later. I think it's lost in your camera roll. You do it. There's no shelf life. Scroll past. Direct mail has a long shelf life, potentially very long shelf life. People keep it. If it's something that's relevant, if it's something that's interesting, not junk mail. We're not talking junk mail. If you get something in your mail, we all look forward to the mail. We all look forward to it. What's in the mail? We go to it every day. If it's something relevant, if it's something that is what you're interested in, something that you might use, something that's cool from a brand, from a company that you already know of, maybe, you save it. It's storable. You put it up on your fridge. You put it in the kitchen, you put it, I say use those visuals. If you're selling direct mail, right, use those visuals. You put it up on, because you're talking to the business owner. You get the postcard in the mail and they put your thing and they put it up on the fridge and they see it 100,000 times a day. They put it in the counter. They see it all the time. Put it on the coffee counter. It gets seen over and over. Those visuals are very important. I'm creating a back to school drive for a church. Excellent. I've done many of those, giving away filled backpacks. Yes. Yeah. This is perfect. This is perfect. Perfect application. You can blanket the whole target area, the whole community instantly. I bet you will see great response with that. Very confident in that one, Cassandra. Great choice. Especially get the permit. You're going to need to get a mail permit if you're going to do, it's worth doing of getting a mail permit, because you'll get postage in the 9-cent range. Tangible asset helps with response. Sure. More response, more money. You got to stretch that dollar. Here's one that you might not have thought about. You guys are all pros. Here's one that you might not have thought about. Direct mail in general is just, it's harder to understand. Not that like SEO is easy to understand and all that, but Google makes it sound really easy. They send you the $500 credits and they get you set up and you're clicking and you're doing just these and you're blowing your money. Real pros that know how to do digital marketing really know the inside and outs of running paid advertising, pay-per-click and stuff, but they make it seem so easy. Direct mail, on the other hand, no one makes it really seem easy. I guess I do, which is great for me, but it's got this mysterious quality to it that's just like, how do I do this? Is so foreign territory. It's so foreign, even for pro graphic designers. I can't tell you how many times I get postcard artwork from someone who designed beautiful designs. They get them from Fiverr, they get them from even friends, but it's all made for digital. It's all at 72 DPI resolution. If you printed it, it looked horrible. It's this tiny. Here's my business card and it's this tiny because it shows fine on a screen, but it's only at the resolution for a screen. The colors all with it get switched to CMYK. It's all different. It's a foreign, you have graphic designer that's been graphic designer for 10 years. They have no clue how to do a print. They don't know how to make a print design. You got to give them the template. You got to give them instructions because they've just never worked in that arena. So the whole thing is a much harder, mysterious thing to understand, which gives you a competitive edge. Both you, the local marketer, who's selling something that other marketers aren't selling, which is fantastic, and as the business owner who's doing something that chances are your competitors are not doing. And it's something so out of their realm that once you start doing, you're going to get less crowd in the mailbox. You're going to be getting, and well, there's another thing that we'll bring up too that ties in with that, but it's just harder to understand. There's a mysterious quality to it. Underrated. What does this mean? How much are postcards of postage? Depends. It depends. It depends on the size. It depends on what it's being printed on. It depends on the quantity. It depends on how it's being sent. Is you going to send to a list or are you going to send EDDM? But as a broad range, somewhere in the 40, well, I would say 30 cent all in to 80 cents. 30 cents to 80 cents. You're in that range and all sorts of variables in between that. Phil, I'm not told, I don't do a whole ton of nonprofit, so I don't know these numbers off the bat, but I did not know it went down. I had to check that. Did it go down? We just had the postal increase where everything went up slightly, but it wouldn't surprise me if it went down, but that's interesting to know if the nonprofit rate went down. It's very cool. Thank you for bringing that up. Here's a good one too. You guys are going to learn so much about them. Get all fired up and get these direct mail campaigns out there. Here's one. It's super receptive to all ages, including Gen Z. Gen Z, you're going to Google it. There are a million studies. Gen Z is extremely receptive to the mail. They spend more time going through the mail. They throw out less. They don't do Gen Z, which is like 20. I think the oldest Gen Zs right now are 23, 20. So they're on their own. Like there's a good portion of Gen Z now that's on their own and receiving mail. An interesting thing that I've noticed in studies that I've read, you can Google all this. Gen Z doesn't throw out the mail over they don't take the mail. You know, the classic, I take my mail and I do it over the recycling bin. That's a relic of the ages ago, where, especially decades ago, where you've been through 50 years of the mail and you've seen how much junk mail there is, and it's just weeding through stuff. Gen Z, and probably some millennials too, doesn't do that. So in studies, they've shown that they found that they don't hover over the recycling bin or the trash bin and just start throwing stuff out. That's not a Gen Z thing. Gen Z has grown up digitally. So they're, I think they call it digitally native. That's all they know. They've always been around devices and stuff, and that's their main thing. So mail is new, especially they're on their own. They're getting mail. It's exciting. It's a physical, tangible thing. It's totally different than the annoyance that they see on their feeds or TikTok ad or whatever. It comes in the mail, is very personal, very emotional, like a handwritten letter and stuff like that is like, it has such a strong thing for Gen Zs. It's like a super, it's very new. It's very exciting. It's very personal, and getting mail like that is a very personal experience, and they don't throw it out like the people who have been opening mail for the last 50 years do. So you have an even higher receptiveness to Gen Z, which is only going to get better. Like as this will still continue to, as new Gen Zers come in, you're going to have even better response over the years just from Gen Z. It's very receptive to all ages. And of course, you have the people who have been around forever and they trust the mail. They trust what they get in the mail. Yeah, so it's more. It's 10.7 cents. Still extremely cheap. I mean, that's ridiculously cheap. Hey, Jeremy, it's good to see you, Jeremy. It's great to see you, Dan Kennedy. I gotta get your shirts to you. Just asking if she doesn't throw out. Exactly. Okay, Nina's what? How old's Nina? 22, 3? Doesn't throw out her mail. Talk to a Gen Zer that's out on their own. They don't throw out their mail. It's an experience. They look through it. They go through the stuff. It's true. 20, what's that? 23. You can get 23-year-old and they're on their own and they're getting their own mail. They look through it. They take time. They look through what it is. And if you send them something relevant, send them to a restaurant, a coffee shop, they're going to be like, this is awesome. They're like, yes. Plus, they're broke half the time, too, in the inflation economy. Like, they're going to use whatever they can get. I mean, shit. You run I use the bad word on there. You can censor it. But if you run a restaurant, and imagine these people are they're going to be in houses, they're going to have lawn care, and they're like, here's the guy to mow my lawn. Oh, my God. This looks great. Freaking dog grooming, pet. You can, would you text me something? Would you text me? Coupons, they love those. People think people like, coupons are all blah, 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 blah. People love coupons. Smart people love coupons too. They love them. And it's physical thing. You hand it to this is awesome. Coupons, save money, Gen Z. Important mail. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, right. I'm millennial time, the last stage of millennial. They call me Zennial, which is perfect. It's because Gen Z thing, I don't really like 80s. I was so little then, but I'm at the end of, I'm the older millennial. So Zennial is perfect. Early 80s born. How much are local marketers charging for 2x3s? Face and cover 2,500. You're looking at, I love the Mr. Ross. 10,000 pieces, you're looking at a price range of $550, even as low as $500 to 800 or so. That it's in that range. A lot of people sell them for 750, 650, and at the low end, 550. You're going to find as you do more cards, you definitely want to charge more than that, which nets you about $5,000 profit. And you can essentially half those as you go down. 2,500 would be half that. And it's a little less profit because 2,500 a print is more expensive per piece than 10,000. Same as going to 2,500. So you're in this range of 10 cents per piece is like the upper end. And a quick bit of advice, the value of a space on a co-op card is about 10 cents per piece. So if you're on 10,000, about $1,000. And a thing I learned a long time ago was, when I'm selling windows, you don't sell a window for $700. You sell a $1,500 window for $700 or a $1,000 window for $700. So you don't sell a $1,000 postcard space. You sell a $1,500 postcard space for $1,000 or a $1,000 postcard space for $500. They have to be shown the value is X amount, and that if they're buying it right now, it's a bargain at this amount. That's how you get people in. The people like a bargain, right? So 10 cents per ad space is a really good value of a space. And then whatever you're pricing at would be the bargain that they get. Hopefully that helps. CTCs, however, looks boring. We kind of tend to ignore it because it's not flashy. Just visual appeal is a very strong thing on direct mail. It should be visually appealing. Correct. You have these postcards with walls of text are terrible. It's going to be instantly appealing. Aesthetics are a very big thing, especially with Gen Z, tail end millennial. Aesthetics are very important because we're so jaded of stuff too. Something's got to stand out. Something's got to be visual appealing. It's not the 1980s when you send the long form letters with 1 million words in it. That has changed. That has totally changed. How are we doing on time? Everyone's perfect on time. Thank you everyone for showing up. We have this is perfect because I'm about halfway through. So here is a super good one. Super Pro. All these cool things about direct mail. It reaches those that weren't actively searching. I use this. I do consultations and stuff, and these are like the things that I talk about when people are paying me for this kind of advice. Use this. Marketers that are working with business owners, and business owners, use this for your business. Right? It reaches those that weren't actively searching. When you do all digital marketing, you go all in on digital marketing, you are trying to catch people who are searching for whatever you have at that time. Home improvements near me, roofing near me, lawn care near me, HVAC near me, retail, whatever your shop is, anything, lawyer near me, right? But someone who's searching means they're in that later end, usually in that later end of the buying process. There's a ton more people who aren't searching. They would be interested in what you have. There's a pool of people in your local area that want what you have, or they'd at least be interested. It'd be something they'd want. You could be a restaurant, you could be whatever. You have service, pest control, whatever. They just haven't actually gone searching yet. And those people are neglected by everyone because you have like a big competitor and they're dumping a ton of money in digital marketing and they're catching all the results when people search. This is a way that you can get people who were not hitting that I'm going to search and I need a roof now. These are people who are in these early stages. This looks interesting. You can get them way before they've hit searches. And those kind of people, it also weeds out the tire kickers. So you have like people who are searching and they're looking all over the place and they're price shopping and compared to the tire, they're kicking tires. That term, it means like, it's like people who are like, they're analyzing everything. They're shopping around. They're weighing pros and cons. It's a different. Some people don't like those. Sometimes you don't want those kinds. You want people who have they weren't looking at. They got a postcard and said, dang, you know what? This sounds like a good thing. It sounds like a good service. I'll check these out. It's a whole other pool of people. It's a massive pool of people in your local area that you're going to hit that just weren't typing in, where do I find, hairstylist near me? Just take that, for example, hairstylist. There's people who are happy with their hairstylist, right? They'll never search a hair cutter near me, stylist near me. They won't search that. And then there's, of course, there's people who don't even search Google. They search Facebook. They search Instagram. They use those kind of searches in there. And you won't always find people searching for things, but you may be a hairstylist, you may do a postcard mailing, and you may have a good piece, it hits the right buttons, it's got good pricing, got good visuals. And now these people get in there and they say, dang, this looks good. And you can pull people away from what they were using currently because you sent them a postcard. They would have never searched for you. They were fine with who they were using, but now you sent this other thing and they're like, this looks pretty good. So you reach a whole other crowd of people. And there's people that I call them sitting ducks. If you've got my local marketing mastery class, and I don't know if you don't, you really should get that. Pony up the dollars and get it. Where's my, I don't know where it is. I usually keep one of the books on there, but I call them sitting ducks. There's sitting ducks out. There's people right in your community. I don't care what business you're in. You're a realtor, insurance, you sell some weird trinket or something. There are people in your community right now that will buy from you. Okay. They want what you have. They want it, but they don't know. They either don't know about you. They aren't thinking really about you. They haven't really reached a point where they're desperate, whatever reason. I call them sitting ducks. There's a whole bunch of them right now. There's people thinking about remodeling their kitchens. They're thinking about selling their house. If you can reach those people with a postcard, they will respond. They will respond, and they're not searching the internet. They're called sitting ducks. They're just literally, you just got to get a postcard in their hands and let them know that you're here, and you will get that business, and no one else is getting it. Big images string on time. Rob's got the billboard. They show you a beautiful example of a pro top-notch designer. Rob is the best. I say it all the time. He's the best. He's the best postcard designer I know of. And I love Megan. Megan works for me. She's my full-time designer. She's outstanding work. Excellent work. Rob is a top out of this world pro. You can never go wrong with here. I'm going to show because they're cool. These are examples of Rob's work. Amazing. Rob is not only a marketer, but he's a graphic design pro for like 20 something years, Rob, like super pro. Like you've worked on major, huge, like corporate campaign, everything. And you're a marketer, and you've even worked in the home improvement industry. So you understand design and marketing, which is a rare quality, but these kind of things are so pro, so visual, amazing. So anytime I send people over to Rob, they tend to get really great response, which is, can't shout out Rob enough. I keep those examples on hand, but he's done stuff from all. When you need the best, you call Rob. You need the very top best. Aaron Ross says, I'm working for a new med spa. Yes, med spas are doing great with mailing. They're doing fantastic. Doing them over the past couple of years, been doing a ton of them, looking to grow. Absolutely. Imagine this. Here, I'm going to throw this right for you, Aaron. I'm going to throw this one, which was my number 10. I'm going to throw it up on here. I get so excited when I'm talking direct mail. But here's just like Aaron said, it's a great got med spa thing. We're looking to grow, looking for some good ways to do it. It's instant awareness. Now, just think of this. You got in your general area or wherever you want to hit, you got, a few thousand people or something. It covers a huge area, like even like 2,500 people. Like it's a giant amount of people. 2,500 homes my office is in a village of 5,000 people. It's 2,500 homes, the whole fucking village. I live in a village of only like 1,500 homes. Okay. The next village over. So when you're talking and you look at populations, like a 5,000 population, it's only like 2,300 homes because like 2-something people live in a home. So you got to think a whole like neighborhood, swath area, local area. It's probably only a few thousand people. And if you've got a postcard, you can instantly get them into the hands of every single one of those people, every single one in like by the time you mail it out, the mail carrier delivers it the next day. So imagine you run a sale or you're opening a location or you want to get message or brand awareness, whatever. instantly, thousands of people will have that the next day. There's no other marketing that can do that. You can put up a billboard. Is everyone going to see the billboard? No. You can put a TV commercial on. Is everyone watching the news? No. You could fly a blimp up above the sky and put your business up there, and not everyone will be outside looking up, but every single person will go to that mailbox. I mean, like 99.9% of every person will go to their mailbox where it's less crowded, where the competitors aren't there, where it's textural, where they can shout, they can store it, they can pass it around to family and friends. If maybe they don't have use for it, but they have a friend that does. How many times have you ever taken a Facebook ad and saved it and sent it to a friend? Like, it just doesn't, hey, you might be interested in this. Doesn't have to be the mail. You can keep, it's tangible, and every single person can know. Now think about 2,500 people. You can, it's cost effective often to do 5,000, 10,000. You're talking major, huge chunks of population. And, oh my God. Instantly you have a huge population aware of whatever you're trying to make aware. You can't do that anywhere else. Rob is. Yes. What did I say? Sting? Oh, big hero image and short, strong headline. You know how hard it is for people to, like, they want to cram, every square inch of space. They don't want, but yeah, this is the best. Sweet and short to the point of the coupon. Yeah, for sure. You bring up a good point there too, which I'll throw this one up. Chelsea, bring a good point up here. What did you just say? And I'll answer these other. I know there's some other comments I'm going to answer them in, but short, sweet to a point with the most coupon is most of us sold. And the thing I wanted to bring up is this. It's that bridge to a digital transition. The postcard really just has to get you, it has to wet your whistle. It gets a point across. It's like, okay, this is cool. I got coupons, all I need. And if you're more interested, you can go online, right? You have an online presence, that bridge. You don't have to do you don't have to sell every single thing on this postcard. Just the meat of it. Strong headline, visual, what it is. You need to instantly know this is cool. This is okay. This is something. Okay. Yeah. Coupon. Nice. And if you want more information, you hit them with a QR code, you get a text, whatever. I'm doing so many, now it's picking up for the fall too, but say in the spring, I got so much good response by just telling almost every lawn care person, guys, put text. You get free estimates, put on there, text me for free estimate. And that translates to so much higher response because people are another Gen Z thing. Socially, they don't want to be calling people. You want to call the contractor for the roof. You want to call this guy and hope he answers. And you talk to some guy that makes you feel bad or whatever, makes you feel like an idiot. It's not these contractors. They don't always have the most social things. You don't want to do that. You text them. You text the person. And then they respond when they can. It's convenient. And other businesses aren't doing that. I got a guy, I got to talk to him. He's a lawn care person. I know the problems. He's having a hard time. He's got this major branding. Everything's beautiful, but it's not seeing the business that he should. I've tried calling this guy like 2-3 times. I got to go through 100 menus. If you're looking for an estimate, if you're looking for lawn care, you don't want to go through some corporate menus where you have to reach 100 different departments and click the thing. You already know this is going to be crazy. I just want a guy to mow lawn. Here, I can text this guy. I can text them. Bridges that digital transition. Go to chiropractic. How long to send postcards for a service-based business as much as possible. It's quarterly is good. Quarterly is good as needed. But if you really want, and I'm just saying for chiropractic is a thing that is similar to real estate, insurance. It's something that you don't always, it's something that takes multiple reaches, multiple exposures. You may not need it right now. And there's some people that do. They're looking for a chiropractor right now. But there's many people that just haven't hit that. They haven't had a need yet, right? But when the need happens, you want to be that chiropractor that they think of. That's people buy like big ticket purchases, selling a home, buying insurance, buying a car, buying a mattress, buying furniture, chiropractor, even like cosmetic dentistry thing. You want to be, people tend to go with the one that they just think of. There's a name that they think of. And that's based on what they're seeing come across them when they weren't actively looking. So if you can routinely, I mean, if you could send one every month, that would be really great. If they see you multiple times, then when they need a chiropractor, they say this, okay, I know Doty Chiropractic. This is the one I think of. You have this postcard space where you can put, you can change messages. You can put things that, good chiropractic postcards can often show, like if you're trying to convince people to go to the chiropractor, you can show the benefits, walk better. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of benefits. You can go on ChatGPT and ask them for 10 benefits of using a chiropractor. But there's a lot of things that you may think like, I don't go to a chiropractor. I have a lot of friends that do, but there's probably things that I don't know or didn't think of that a chiropractor could help me with or could make a difference in my life. And I just don't know those things. And a postcard would be an outstanding way to get that across to me or someone like me who has never really had a need for it. I don't have back pain, but there's probably other things that I'm not thinking of that would make an improvement in my life. And a postcard gives you that chance, and it reaches people. I'm never going to be searching unless I have a back problem. I'm never going to be searching chiropractic, but a postcard may put those benefits in front of me that I didn't think of. And I may push that off to the side. I'm talking about many people like me. I mean, we may push that off to the side, but it comes again another month and it comes again another month. And after 2 or 3, you're like, okay, it doesn't make sense. I got to call this guy. Hope that helps. But way better 1,000, 10 times. Way better 1,000, 10 times. 1,000 is a relatively small quantity. So I would say 2,500. It would probably be best to do 2,500 multiple times. So 2,500 5 times is better than 1,000 10 times and better than 10,000 1 times. 2,500 is a really good quantity. That's a lot of people. How large a window for 10 cents prices for other windows? Sizes, I'm not sure what you mean. Just tens, and in general, a 9x12 card, which is a large postcard. Some of you guys may not have seen. It's a big 9-inch by 12-inch postcard. Lots of ads in it. It's a side hustle. It's my flagship kind of business opportunity thing. Because sending one of these out, the value of it is roughly like over $1. Like if you were to do one of these yourself, if you were a business owner trying to put a giant postcard together for $1, paying only 10 cents is a tremendous bargain. So just like a massive, instead of spending $10,000, $11,000, you're getting a space on this exact same piece for 1/10 of that, 1,000. And then if you're selling the space for 600, 700, it's just a 6, 7 cents a piece, 5 cents a piece. It's just an insane bargain once that makes sense to them, putting those figures into their head. QR code. Do I have QR code on there? I do right here. Let's bring that up right here. I see more comments. I'll get to them in a second, but Paul brought this up. It's a good, wait, I put it as a comment. I meant to put it as a banner. Super stealthy, trackable QR codes. QR codes are great for bridging that transition. People are becoming more and more using QR codes. It's catching on. It's caught on. But postcards are very stealthy. And because you could send these out and your competitor doesn't even know. Like it's not up on a billboard. It's not on a TV ad. It's not. You can send this out. You can even you can find out who owns the thing and make sure to never to send them. You can write on the thing, do not send the 52 Pine Street, whatever. Realtors do that all the time. They'll exclude like the other realtors on the thing. So you can be very stealthy with what you send on a postcard. Plus you don't have, and I'm not saying violate the law or anything, but you could, like, I get postcards that I know are like stock images and stuff. And if you put those images like up on a website, you're gonna have Getty images down your throat or something, but they're not, in a postcard. I can't I don't know if this will get, you'd send it out in the mail. Getty Images isn't watching the mailbox. It's super stealthy. So because trackable QR codes, you mentioned QR codes, so I brought it up. You can track it. It's stealthy. You can see who's scanning stuff. You can see who's scanning. Okay, 15 people scanned. Even if not all of them took an action, but they scanned your QR code. It's great for realtors, insurance, and stuff where you can see activity from your cards and know, okay, people are scanning this. It works. It's very stealthy. Postcards are super stealthy. Commented on both of my things. Hey, no problem. No problem. Appreciate it. Happy to help. Best way to get clients for 9x12. I love these 9x12 things. We should probably do a live on just 9x12 because I haven't done one of those in a long time. I'm always talking about local business stuff. For the best way to get clients for anyone, you're 50 hours a week. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, Damon. This is probably, I'm going to be honest with you. Scott Meisner, if he's still on here, will probably agree. Because Scott works full-time job. I was working full-time when I first started. Scott has 1 million kids. I have 1 million kids. We're all doing 1 million things. And I will go on a limb and say you're in the best position right now to fill your cards because you have such little time that you have to make your time worth it. And anyone who's been doing this a while will tell you they were way more efficient when they had little time. When you're doing this as a side and you only have so much time and you really got to make every hour count and you have to make your weekends count, your day off count, you got to stop. Maybe you're on lunch and you can stop and hit up 4 businesses. You can get this done and you become so incredibly efficient with your time. When you are pressed for time and you have you only have this little amount of time and you got to make it work, you make it work. It's the best time. You were in the best situation. This is the best. And then you got your job paying your bills, enough to survive. You got to worry about, you got to sell the spaces to pay your house payment, the light bill. This is the best situation. This is the best situation. You're going to find if you want, and even once you let's say you start making a lot of money 9x12, you quit your job. You're going to find you have all this time and you're not going to be as productive. You're going to say, God damn, I wish I was freaking back working just for the time. So I'd be better with my time. Ed says, how do you explain to a client the dollar cost for piece that they're doing on their own? I do this all the time. The biggest ammunition is the stamp. So if you tell someone, hey, if you did this yourself, just to give you some context, you do a piece of mail yourself. Most people think that mail is around $1. So I like to tend to use the dollar thing, but you say, you got to hire a designer, right? You got to spend money on that. That could be 50, it could be 100, it could be 300. There's some cost of design. A stamp 66 cents. And you get them all riled up about the stamps. Right? It just went up 3 more cents. Just the stamp is 66 cents. So if you're sending 1,000 of these out, you got $660 just in the postage. You got the printing. People think printing is quite a bit. So especially when you have a nice piece and a 9x12, it's a major piece. You can easily convince someone that a piece this big is going to cost you, if it's like 50 cents or more to print. $1 plus you have the stamp. You have you're in on this over $1 each. I mean, I easily convince people that small postcards, I have a small postcard with me, is $1. So when you talk these 9x12s, big, you get down to 2 stamps. If you were to send this out, if you were to print these off and send them out yourself, it takes 2 stamps. That's $1, whatever that is, 66 cents times 2, plus the printing, plus the design. If you're sending it to a list, you got to send the list. You got to hire so many different people and put so many things together. You're at $10,000 plus. That's why I'm saying this to the business owner. That's why you don't see a lot of local businesses doing direct mail because it's so freaking expensive, right? Only the people with a ton of money can do it. That's why you only see like the big boys doing. You get the Bed Bath and Beyond because they could spend $8,000 million. You don't see the little, lawn care guy putting out major mailers. You don't see that because they don't have the funds. They don't have the resources. They don't want to go to. So here's a chance. I know how to get this all cheap. I can get you printing super cheap. I know how to get the postage down, get the design, and you're going to be able to get this for only 10 cents each. A pizzeria wasn't meant to have, a bakery wasn't meant to get 10,000, 20,000 mailers. It was never like that would never be in the budget of a business like a pizzeria or something. Now you just think of 9x12 card, one of these things, you could get 10,000 postcards. Since when could you afford $10,000 to send out a mailing? Now you could do it for $700, $600, 5 cents a piece, 6 cents a piece. Fun cruise life is that, Lisa. Oh, that's right, Lisa Ponce. Is it Ponce or Ponce? I think it's Ponce. Thank you for joining down there. Can you exclude? You can. You absolutely can. I don't know why I'm looking around. It's not like I'm going to have one in the back room, but every facing slip, when you do an EDM, it says do not deliver to these routes. So every mailing route when you send it, it's do not deliver to these addresses. And you just put that address. They won't deliver it. At least they're not supposed to. Kriegark and Company. Hey, a fan from H-Town. Oh, Houston. Oh, another Houstonite. Oh, geez, Tim Black. Are you moving in? Tim Black's my resident Houston marketer friend. He's not live today, but it's good to see another Houston native here, a resident. I have a question. What kind of business cannot be marketing? The only kind of business you wouldn't really want to market with EDDM are things that are like B2B, business to business type stuff, because they're you're better off targeting, because you're going to hit so many residential things like that. Freaking private plane, you're building planes, ultra specific audience type stuff where you're reaching a really narrow crowd of people. EDDM is not a good choice, because you'll just hit so many non-targets. A targeted mail is perfect for that. You just switch over to a targeted mail. You get a list. You can email me for that. You want to send to just 40 to 50-year-old males that make over $130,000 a year, that are executives or something. You can mail directly to those people. It's way more efficient. So it's really just who you're mailing to. If it's not a generic kind of crowd, then switch to targeted mail. Mike says, can we get editable backgrounds in the 14x16? I have Canva templates, so you should actually be using. You may not have 9x12 mastery, so you may not be aware of the Canva templates. But I'm a big fan of templated ads now, where everything is essentially the same, and it just looks like a bunch of cool ads on a card, and everything is the same. It speeds up the graphic design process tremendously. All different sides. There are so many. You can do so many things. You can do every single one the same size. You can do. I wish I had a card. I don't, because I have everything in the back office, and I really don't want to go fishing around back there. Different, and you can charge more for bigger ads, more for small. There's so many things you can sell one space and then bump them to another and offer them an upsell to that space. There's so many strategies for that. It's hard to answer it in one thing. Sorry, my dad to me this dollar explanation. Thank you, Ed. We all learn from each other. I've learned plenty of gems from you. The same. Yeah, hindsight. Stamps $1.35. Right. You start going over. You do 6.5 by 9. Do a simple 6.5 by 9 postcard is 2 stamps versus a 6 by 9. Like even smaller ish postcards can be 2 stamps. It enters a thing called postage flats. I don't understand how you can exclude businesses on EDDM site. You can, and it's a little tricky. You go on, when you're on the EDDM thing, you got to hit the map tab. You'll see map and list. Just hit the map tab, and then you click residential, and you'll see the option. It's only when you're in the map tab. You're probably in the list tab. Hit map, hit residential, and you'll see residential only. I should make a video just on that, because I probably get a lot of views just on that. Yes. And I have a really good, I may put it out this week, because I have a bonus that I have to put out, and that might be a good thing. So to stay on my list, make sure you're on my list. Let me hit these last, there's just a couple. There's just like 1 or 2 more. Let me get these up here before we hit the hour. The landscape doesn't change. It's another one. The landscape just doesn't change. It's not like Google, Facebook, Instagram, where all these algorithms are constantly changing, and you're fighting against spamming and even professional SEO people, right? Even professional SEO marketers, they're constantly trying to game the system themselves. They're trying to find an edge or find a way to figure out what Google's doing, and then Google shifts. Once they find that edge, Google shifts that to an old, can crush businesses overnight. Anyone who's been doing SEO for any amount of time has been through these, remember all the way back to like Google Panda. Remember that Penguin Panda? Like overnight, businesses can collapse. Like your marketing business can totally be, you can go from living the high life to nothing, because your clients aren't getting any results. You have a business and you were doing great with SEO, and all of a sudden things change with no warning. There's no warning, because Google decided to change an algorithm. It's an extremely volatile and unpredictable. Even if it's working, like the gist of it is working, you're always under that like pressure that anytime things could change. Okay, things are going good. And just when they start to go good, all of a sudden your rankings drop, and you, for whatever reason, and you've got to learn something new. You got to stay on top of it. You got to stay on top of blogs. You have outsourcer problems. A lot of SEO people and digital marketing outsource it all. And you've got outsourcer problems, and just the landscape changes so much. You can run Facebook ads, Google ads, and the next week it's twice as much. Like you don't even know how much you're paying. One day you're buying leads for this, the next you're buying them for twice as much. And over time you look and you see, holy crap, I'm paying so much more now than I was 3 years ago, 5 years ago. It creeps up on you. The landscape doesn't change with direct mail. It's extremely slow moving. In general, it only gets better. I've only seen it get better in all aspects. Even the post, even like EDDM posts and stuff, it just goes up so little. It's like a micro, a penny every year. Sometimes it doesn't even go up. Sometimes it's a 9/10 of a cent. It's just such a small, it's so reliable and predictable and just dependable, where you can't apply those things to digital marketing. Again, I'm a fan of digital marketing. I think digital marketing is good in a well-rounded marketing system, but direct mail just fits a lot of these holes. And if I had to pick one, I would be doing direct mail, especially with shared postcards. You get all you want. There's another huge thing. You want a million mail? You want a million mail? Here, I better put this up because this is the number one thing. No other there's no other advertising that has this. There's none. There's nothing else in the world, advertising, marketing wise, that you can get entirely for free and do as many as you want. You want a blanket, you want the entire city. I don't care how big your city is. You want the entire city to know you're running a sale. You can get that 100% free. You can alert thousands, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people for absolutely free. I've built my business back up when I had issues on this concept. I've seen countless and helped countless business owners and marketers help business owners. You can have as much marketing as you want for free. You can have $1 million in a year worth of marketing for absolutely free, just by grouping people onto your postcard. Get another business owner, get one other business owner to share a postcard with you. Get two on there, and they pay for now you got 3. You're an HVAC guy, go get a plumber, go get a lawn care guy, go get a pressure washing guy, put out a card and make them pay for it. They pay half as much, third as much. Frank, you're arranging everything. You're using me or whoever for print. You're taking care of all that. You're getting everyone together, and in exchange for you patching everyone up, you get it for free. Your realtor, you want to get 30,000 mailers every single month to the whole freaking half of the city or whatever with your name on it for free. You can do that. You can absolutely go do that. There's nothing else that can do this. There's nothing. You can be the smallest, dinkiest little business, and with a little hustle, you can have marketing way, way better than your competitors with no budget, 0 budget. I hope you do, because it's been a banger. It's bussing. I can't wait for you to get these out too. And I'm glad you're doing multiples, because it's part of a travel agent. Not everyone's ready to buy the freaking cruise right now, right? But they're thinking about it. And like we were saying before, you want when that hits, when it's like, okay, vacation mode. Wait, Lisa Ponce. I got to go Lisa Ponce. You want to be the number one person they think of. They cook with the mail. They love it. You're welcome. You're very welcome. We're almost done. I think I have like one more. Thank you. And I always stay in them trenches. I stay in them trenches. I have not sold my soul out to the digital marketing world where I just make courses all day. Nothing wrong with that. I'd be 20 times richer. I'd be freaking $5 million a month living in Costa Rica. But I stay in them trenches. That's what I like. I like working with local business owners. I am a local business owner. I stay relevant because I've seen too many marketers from all types, and they stop. They're out of the trenches, and after a few years, you're not in tune. You don't know what the local mom and pop business. You're either working on these giant projects, or you're doing all digital stuff for selling people how to sell something. You're out of tune. I will never stay out of tune. I will never go out of tune. I'm right there with you. Instant credibility. You have a fast credibility. We had another Houstoner on here. You're not the only marketer in Houston there, Tim. Oh, you might just be business owner. I don't know. There's no room in the city. Do I have? Yeah, that's it. Oh, wait, I would like to put this. I had this shareable and storable, but I'm gonna put this because this is a good. It was part of the other thing. Oh, why did I put that in a comment again? It's a big concept. It's in my local marketing masterclass, but you're hunting rather than fishing. I should probably reword that. Hunting rather than fishing. Totally different. One thing I really love, specifically with targeted mailings. In fishing, your digital marketing is similar, like SEO and stuff is similar to fishing. You have people that are searching, they're out there, they're hungry and they're around and you put some bait in front of them, right? There's some bass in there that are hungry. There's something and you're trying to catch them. You're trying to catch them. Whereas, or like trapping and stuff, you're trying to just take the hungry ones and get a hold of them. You're trying to stick your bait out there and hope that they bite on it. Whereas direct mail can, especially targeted direct mail, you can hunt. You can say, okay, I'm looking for this kind of animal. I'm looking for this kind of rack on them. I know the area that they're going to be in. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find that I'm looking for that specific one. I don't care if he's wandering around hungry. He's going to walk into my trap. I'm going to go out and find him. So that's a different kind of marketing than the fishing. It's this laser, like sniper type hunting. Okay. I'm going to look for, females, freaking recently divorced, I'm run a personal training business, right? I'm going to go females. I'm going to go recently divorcees. I'm going to be this age. I'm going to put a picture of them on there. I'm going to go out and I'm going to go hunt them. Whatever it is you're looking for, you can find those people and hit directly them. You're going out hunting. You're going out and getting your own. You're not trying to get the scraps. It's funny. We say this cabin all the time is Salmon River. And if any of you guys know Salmon River in New York, people come from all over the world. They come from all over, right? They come from all over. Very few of them are actual fishermen. Like these are the people that they come from all over because the salmon come back to spawn. They all come back to this river. So these massive salmon on Lake Ontario, they're out swimming for God knows how long. They come back to spawn to the place they were born, and they have to go up this river, and they've eaten and eaten and eaten, and they're not even hungry. They're not even looking. They have to swim up. They have to make this venture upstream, and you get all these freaking fishermen with $1 billion equipment, and they get in there and they freaking go in there and they literally just put the hooks in there and they hope the fish, they can see the fish coming, struggling to come up, and they just like plant the hook in front of them and the thing gets caught. It gets so a lot of marketing is you're trying to do that. You've got 1 million of these fish. You'll see these pictures. There's like 1 billion fishermen. They're all neck and neck. They're screaming at each other, and there's these giant fish coming, and you got this hook, and you're trying to snag the one. Meanwhile, you're freaking fighting everyone else, and you're hoping this thing comes through so they can get this big fish and they can show it off or whatever. And that's how I view a lot of digital marketing. They're there with this pool of people just all struggling for the same, poor sucker that's typing in roofer near me, and they're all fighting and they're all trying to spend the most, and they're trying to outspend and get them to click that thing when I'm just sending the postcard out to the people that I know are prime targets, and no one else is trying to reach those people. It's like those freaking sweet spot, you don't give up your fishing spot type of thing. It's your land. It's your league. You're the only one out there. You find them and you get them. I hope you guys enjoy this live. I'm going to shut it down in a second. I'm just going to look if there's any more comments. Thank you for sticking with me. We had a good crowd today. I hope we get a lot on the replay too. This is a very good information, I think. I'm just putting this down. Jaime Ojeda says, thanks for continuing. Thank you. Thank you for watching them. I mean, I'm taking up a big piece of your time. I really appreciate that, Bruce. Thank you. We miss John Hayes. We miss them from the stream didn't reach Ireland. I can do 18 by 36. Yeah, you could do that. You would do a 4. So 18 by 36 is a quarter fold. It would get folded and folded again down into that. Yes. There used to be this guy, the freaking, remember that guy, Arthur Gottlieb? This is Arthur Gottlieb, and I'm the monster mailer. I used to do that. And I can show you how to make $1 million today. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that, Lisa. I appreciate you. Thank you. And you too, Ed. You too. Sorry you couldn't make it on YouTube, but you got on Facebook. Thank you, Lloyd. It was great seeing you too. I really appreciate it. AB. Oh, thank you, AB, for that subscription. I really appreciate that. You guys are the best. Describe my business, right? I know how it is. I'm there, you know. Local business owner myself. I know. I know it. I'm right there with you. I'm right there. I can see the light too. Yeah, send me an email. Send me an email, jk@highresponsemarketing.com. I can price that out for you. I'm not a big fan of the folded. I'm not a fan of the fold because you lose the exposure because now you got people on the inside folds and that, like, if someone doesn't unfold it, they don't see everything. So that's just my thing with that, but I am open to whatever you want to do. Thank you, guys. I'm going to see you next week. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. I see you.